There is a powerful, stoop-shouldered gentleman at the pearly gates today. A man with a kind smile and a friendly way. And homespun values forged in Depression-era Saskatchewan. And the only piece of advice you can offer St. Peter is this: better keep your head up, bud. Vengeance is the Creator's, but then Gordie Howe might try to muscle in on that turf. The only thing as long and remarkable as a hockey career that touched 5 decades and included 7 MVP awards in 2 leagues was his memory. Ask Bobby Baun. During the 1957-58 season, the Maple Leafs defenseman wallpapered Howe as the right winger cut to the middle for a shot. Baun was playing with expansion Oakland a decade later when Howe again cut to the middle. This time Howe released his shot and held his follow-through long enough for his blade to carve GH on Baun's throat. As Baun gasped for breath after the first documented Sherwood tracheotomy, Mr. Hockey growled, "Now we're even, USOB." The question often asked of Hall of Fame defenseman Mark Howe was, how would your father have fared in the modern NHL? Mark's answer? Well, Dad couldn't play today because he would have been suspended all the time. Mark said his father, a teammate in the WHA and briefly in the NHL, was the nastiest person he ever saw on skates. Gordie doesn't have an NHL trophy named after him, but he does have an even more impressive homage, a hat trick that bears his name. Goal, assist, fight. Mark Howe's father also happened to be one of the nicest men off the ice. During his summer promotional trips across Canada for Eatons, Gordie would sign hundreds of cards in his hotel room every night, so the next day he could spend a few extra seconds talking with folks, rather than looking down and writing his name. Howe had a sixth sense, on the ice and in front of a camera. As the shutter clicked, Gordie would extend a faux menacing elbow or stick at his surprised victim. The kids were delighted. You can tell by the smile on that well-dressed lad. Name of Gretzky. I first met Howe in November 1979, when he was 51 and back in the NHL with Hartford. I was supposed to fly with the Whalers to Philadelphia for a game the next night, but I was bumped from an oversold Pilgrim Airlines flight back in those days of commercial travel. Gordie noticed there was another flight to Philly in 2.5 hours, so he decided he would take that one so we could sit in the airport and chat. That was Gordie. He always left an impression, whether with his kindness or his elbows. He played his first game when Mackenzie King was Prime Minister, and his last when Pierre Trudeau was in his second go-round as PM. Howe would break rival Maurice Richard's record for career NHL goals. He would go on to score 1,071 professional goals, regular season and playoffs, a total surpassed only by Wayne Gretzky, by a single goal. In a sport where nicknames make great players seem somehow smaller, Trotz and Boss and Mess and Koff and, yes, Gretz, Howe's nickname made him only seem larger than life. Mr. Hockey.